Now, dive computers have made a huge leap in the past few years. And in 2024, were some introductions that really brought a couple of the dive computers that we've seen over the past 2 years in 22, 23 into a better position. Now, there's a lot of times that the recreational divers out there, they don't necessarily want AI or air integration to begin with, but it's not something that's beyond their thought. And what I mean by that, they might buy a dive computer now if it is AI compatible, and then maybe next year buy their transmitters or buy them as a bundle or whichever it happens to be. But one of those happens to be the Shearwater Peregrine. The Peregrine now comes in some different flavors, and I'm talking about colors out there. And the Peregrine TX is the new one that came out this year that accepts the transmitter information. So again, you can buy it by itself and then add the transmitter, or you can buy it as a bundle. Because folks, a lot of times people will buy, you might be looking for a computer color that's easy to see, and before you had like the Perdix, which was a rather expensive dive computer, but the capabilities was far beyond what most recreational divers would ever use. So Shearwater was pretty smart to come out with a Peregrine that was that middle of the road where in the middle of the road where the budget happens to be. And so it was very successful, super easy to use, almost like a smartphone, being able to go through it. Now, Garmin has introduced a number of different dive computers here recently. The Mark III-I, which came out in 2024, kind of high in the price range area. Some of them are smaller, like a 43 millimeter. There's a 51 millimeter, and it do all kind of things like air integration, bicycling, walking, calorie count, sleep, just a plethora of different things that it does. A couple of the people on the staff really enjoy the Garmin Descent G1 Solar. So you're not having to necessarily worry about charging the battery and such like that. It's a dive computer when you go, but you can also wear it as an everyday watch or a between dive watch, however description you'd like to put forward with that. The other Shearwater that kind of made it up and came out this year was the Tern. It actually introduced it at DEMA last year. Now, this year, when they introduced the Peregrine TX, they also introduced the Tern TX, which allows you to have a smaller watch style or watch size dive computer, and you could add the transmitter if you wanted to at the time you choose. One of the other dive computers that has just come out, I did a video. It is the Garmin X50i. I did a video on it, like I just said. I'll put a link, or if you just look on the channel. They introduced it just a couple of weeks ago at DEMA, and it is it's just a tremendous capable dive computer. A little high on the budget range, but a gorgeous, easy to use style dive computer. On the other end of the scale is a dive computer that a lot of people don't realize is out there, and that is the Atmos M2, Mission 2. It does a lot of things that the Garmin-ish, I'm going to call it, the Garmin-ish dive computers do, like heart rate, diving, bicycling, walking, swimming, skiing, things like that. And it is also a color dive computer. And right now, and I'll put a link down below, you've got to check out the price on Mission 2s is almost uncomparable anywhere. So take a look at that. Computers in 2024 have taken a lot of leaps and bounds, and they've added and taken away certain capabilities to allow you to be more specific in the dive computer that you want to use. And maybe you get a standard turn to begin with, and if you end up going further into tech or something like that, this would become your backup, and your Perdix or something, or the new Garmin 50 might become your primary. So being able to be more specialized within the realm of dive computers is something we're really seeing in 2024, and I'm sure will likely continue as we go into 25. So let's take a look at our next group, which are masks.